like I said, I like to duck hunt. And Larry'd come up in the morning, and he'd come back in the afternoon. We'd hunt twice a day. And then meanwhile, I'd be feeding the hogs and cattle and doing all that kind of stuff. We had our duck blinds down there, and we'd kill maybe 2 or 3 ducks a day or something like that. So one day I ran into Dave Adamson, our old high school coach. Dave said, "What have you been doing?" I said, "Oh, Dave," I said, "Larry and I have been killing these ducks coming in up on the farm. They come in by the hundreds every day." He said, "You never have seen anything." I said, "You ought to come up and hunt with us sometime." He said, "Oh, I'd really enjoy that." I didn't think anything else about it. About a week later, Dave called and he said, "Tommy," said, you still okay for me to come up there and hunt with you?" And I said, "Well, sure, Dave, it'd be fine." So I called Larry and I said, "Larry," I said, "Dave Adamson wants to come up here and hunt with us. I've told him all about these hundreds of ducks that keep on coming in." I said, "Hell, there's liable not be a duck come in tomorrow." He said, "Well, see what happens." So we got up there and got in their duck blind right at daylight, you know. Well, that morning, I'm not lying, I have never in my life seen so many ducks. There must have been thousands of them. They just came in and covered us up, and we just bang, 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 bang. We killed 12 mallards, which was our limit, I bet, in 30 minutes. You never have seen anything like it in your life. In my mind, I would like to say, "My God, look at all the ducks." But I couldn't say anything because I'd already led Dave to the impression that that's how they were every day. So then we go back up to the house and said something about quail. I said, "Well, here in front of the house, over towards the gullies over here, you know the gullies where y'all always like to play." I said, "There's usually a covey of 2 quail in there." So I said, "Don't have any dogs, but we might be able to jump them and get a shot too." So we walked across there and jumped both coveys, and we killed 9 quail out of that. Bang, bang, bang. We killed 9 quail. So we had 12 ducks and 9 quail. So then something said about rabbits. Well, Larry said, "Well, I got an uncle down at Flat Rock," and he said they've got a bunch of rabbits at the farm down there. And so we drove down to Flat Rock and got out on his uncle's farm. Well, there's rabbits right here, and rabbits right there, and rabbits right here. And we killed, I think it was 8 rabbits down there. So we had 12 ducks and quail and rabbits. Old Dave he went home, he just couldn't believe it. So I just imagined him down there in Nashville saying, "Boy, these old boys up there in Smith County, I've never have seen as much game in my life as what they had. They just had everything in the world." That just covered him up. But one time Larry, my friend Larry again, he was duck hunting. He and Walter and Birdwell, who's now president of Citizens Bank, has been for years. And he and Walter Glenn were duck hunting over in Canyon Fork River Bottoms over there, Carthage. And Bob Harrison was the state game warden. And so they looked up, and Bob come in, saw his truck parked up there, and saw him coming down through the field. So Larry just jumped up and grabbed the ducks, and he took off running down through the cornfield just as hard as he'd go. And Bob took out running after him, and Larry'd go down through there, and he'd jump a ditch. Then he'd run a little bit forward, he'd jump another ditch, and Bob was right behind him, jumping and jumping and jumping. And they went down through there, and finally Larry was down there huffing and puffing. He's down there. So Bob caught up with him, and Bob said, "Larry, damn you," said, "I wish you wouldn't do this. Said, let me see your duck stamp. You have to have a duck stamp, in addition to your hunting fishing license. So let me see your duck stamp." And Larry said, "Well, right here it is." And he showed him his duck stamp. He said, "Well, let's see your ducks." And Larry said, "Well, I got 4 mallards." And he said, "Well, that's all right. Well, let me see your shotgun. You're not supposed to be able to hold but 3 shells in your gun." He had a plug in his gun where it hold 3 shells. And he said, "Why were you running? Everything you got's legal." Larry said, "You didn't catch Walter Glenn, did you?" But this time Walter Glenn run through and got in his car, and he'd left. So they pulled the wool over Bob's eyes.